Oh yeah, that's right. It's episode 51 of Rinkside Potty and Supreme here today to bring it to you. Supreme, what's going down?
Oh, not too much, potty. Just living life. We had a pretty crazy thunderstorm the other day. I wish I could show you guys some videos, but weather's getting a little crazy up here in Alberta. Other than that, things have been good. Went to the went golfing there on the weekend. Shot a 260-yard drive. I thought I was pretty proud of that one. But
Oh, nice.
yeah, man. Other than that, what's going on in Potty's penthouse?
Well, you said shot at 260, and I was like, damn, he shot like over 200 on the golf course. Like, how is that even possible? But then you told me it was a drive, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a good smash. Yeah, I actually played golf this weekend. I shot an 87 on a par 18, which was pretty good for me. I then, like, that was at 6 a.m. Then I went to, like, I was a groomsman in a wedding, and I had to go to the groomsman prep at like 11 a.m. And then that lasted all the way through the wedding and the reception and all that, which got back at like 11 p.m. So I was pretty tired, so I've been sleeping all. But I did get to finish one of these, my Lego creations. I don't got this one with me because I thought I'd really like drop it. I didn't know where to put it because it's a big mother. It's a bad boy right here. But we got the AT-AT Lego, completed and hung up on the old bookshelf over there. So nice to have another one in the addition to the collection. Supreme, you ever do any Legos yourself?
Not in the last little bit. I used to when I was quite a bit younger. I had this when I was like 10 years old, I think. I had this I think it was like 3.5 feet tall. It was like this massive castle. It took me like a month to build. And then my little brother, he was like 5 years old at the time. He fucking like jumped off the bed and smashed right through it. And then I just kind of got fed up with Lego ever since then.
Yeah, it sounds like there's always a great, crash incident that,
Yeah.
left people, kind of dissuaded with Legos. It's just something that happens in everybody's life. But that's pretty funny, but that's cool to hear. Yo, so let's hop into like what games went down last week. We actually told you here on Rinkside the games you wanted to watch were number one, Sapporo versus Jacksonville. This one actually ending in a shutout by Jacksonville 3-0. Then the second game we told you to watch was going to be Manitoba versus Columbus. And this one actually ended in another shutout here 2-0, Columbus taking the win. And finally, the third game was Turku versus Copenhagen. And Turku took the win here 4-1. So those were the games that we talked about last week. But let's turn our attention to what we got for you this week. So coming up on the future games, so these are the ones coming out in week 12, straight from Clausen himself, who will, one day return to be on again. We've got Boston at Florence. Boston and Florence are the two top teams in their respective divisions looking to get a stronghold on the top two seeds for the playoffs. So, good for them there. Any thoughts on that, Boston versus Florence?
I think it's going to be a pretty tight game, potty, like you said. Two teams in the tops of their division trying to fight for a higher slot in the playoffs and just trying to keep that top spot in their division. But overall, it's going to be a very, very good game, and tune in.
Yeah, tune in. We shall. The second game you're going to want to keep a lookout on is Honolulu versus San Diego. So, Honolulu, for the first time, is going to be able to taste the playoffs, but San Diego is looking to spoil, Honolulu in its quest. So, let's see how that one turns out. Any perspective on Honolulu Reapers?
Yeah, man. Honolulu going into their first playoff run is going to be interesting to see. It's always cool to see a team finally emerge up and make a playoff push for the first time. San Diego a little bit lower in the rank in the standings right now. Honolulu should be able to pull this one out, but tune in to see what happens between the Reapers and the Tropics.
Absolutely. We'll have to see how that goes down. And our third game to watch is going to be Las Vegas versus Albuquerque. Vegas and Albuquerque on a collision course as these two juggernauts look to show up on each other. So big blowout going here. You think this is going to be a high or a low scoring game?
I'm gonna give it 5-4 prediction. Albuquerque's gonna take down the Sinners. 5-4. That's my guess. So I guess a little bit of a higher scoring game.
5-4. I got my money on. I'm going to stay out of this one. But let's take a perspective on who, with our top plays of the week. So it looks like, Dubby presenting our plays of the week, brought to us, Supreme's the one that, helps facilitate this. So shout out Supreme, but let's shout out over here to Joey Duncan. We've got Abaya taking a shot, bounces off. Norris takes a shot, and, Duncan holding it down. So we got some good goalie action there. This one
Yeah.
coming. Oh,
Yeah, we got number 4 here with the Sailor Mars of Montreal and the Miners. Um, it's a all-around good play. Watch this. Oh, nice little snipe there, far right side by Mars. Good prospect for all those GMs looking for a good player to pick up.
absolutely. And Mars has been on the show. Shout out Mars there. All right, so now we've got Douglas Brown. Check this out. All right, look at Doug in the goal. Watch his legs. Swoop! Oh, my Lord. If we could pause that for
Go
a
back and
second.
watch that one, Potty.
Look at his leg just kind of kick that ball out. Kick the puck out. Woo! Like a ninja. So I thought, that one was pretty cool. So great to see that. That was our second goalie clip. What do we got here?
You got Julian Alejandro coming up there. Nice little shot. Actually, it was a tip in by Alejandro. Nice tip in by him. Good hand-eye coordination from that player right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Alejandro with the nice tip in. I thought that was pretty sick, assisted by Green and Santagria. So let's see who's in store for number one. We've got Glizzy Gladiator passing it up to Thompson. Thompson with the puck. OT, behind the back, Taylor Snipe, top shelf. Nice goal to send it out.
Submit your clips. This episode's brought to you by Dubby Energy, the proud new sponsor of the Rinkside podcast for goals. The Dubby Energy is the energy drink that helps with focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash.
No jitters or crash, but I'm always stacking that cash and I'm making it fast. That's how we do it in the past.
Yeah, there you go, Potty. If you guys would like to cop your Dubby energy drinks or the Dubby apparel, head down to the link below in the description. Use the code Rinkside on the Dubby website.
Coming up to the Rocket and Mr. Hockey, so the Rocket with a 64 point differential, Las Vegas with 61 points, and then we've got Albuquerque with a 20-point differential, with 54 points. And as you can see, there are some teams that haven't had all their games entered, but Las Vegas followed by Albuquerque, Alaska right behind with 53 points, Honolulu following closely behind with 49. Remember, 6 teams make the playoffs in each conference. So then we've got Tennessee with 44 points and Columbus with 43. So right now, those would be the teams making the, if they ended all the games, today. But, only 3 points back is Manitoba, who's tied with North Bay for 39 as well. 1 point behind them is San Diego. And then we've got Sapporo, all the way in the back with 28. Supreme, did you want to take the Mr. Hockey conference?
Yeah, man. As always, Jacksonville setting up top right now, 71 points, gold differential of 72. Just an outstanding performance by them all year. Boston sitting at number 2 right now, trying to catch up. I don't think there's enough time now for Boston, but they're definitely going to try to hold on to that second spot. Florence seems to have overcome Copenhagen now for the third spot in the conference with 58 points, and then Copenhagen sitting right behind them with 56. And then at the halfway point through the standings here, Turku at 5 with 54 points. So yeah, teams are looking good. A little bit of shift from last couple of weeks, but all around looking good going into the playoffs.
Yep, and that's how it goes. And shout out to the sixth team they'd be Glasgow. That would also be one that would be probably making the playoffs. But that's the way it worked down in the pros. So let's take a look at the minors. It's been a pretty competitive season so far as we load in the points right below. But what's your perspective right now on things, Supreme? Where do we stand?
Yeah, man. Pretty well same thing as every week with Chicago sitting on top with 37, Prague at second with 35. Montreal a few point or 5 points back on Prague at 30, and then 5 points behind them is Zurich. So that would be the four teams going into battle for the minors playoffs. But overall, it's looking pretty competitive, pretty close up at the top end there. I know there's a Chicago with a differential of 27, Prague with 12, a little bit of a jump there. Chicago's definitely looking to try to take it this year.
Yep, and that's the way that the minors are panning out. So let's take a perspective now on the league leaders, and we have this whole expanded list for you. So leading the lead, I'll take this sheet, you take the next one. So we got Dew with 27 goals, leading the pack in second place. We've got Nolan Nordstrom with 24, but these numbers are subject to change as more stats are entered. In assists, we've got Essex Denibola, then followed real closely by Jason Willis. And then points leader, we have Essex Denibola. So you can see that name again there with 48 points. And then Blaze Henderson with 47. So pretty tight race when it comes to the point positive side of things.
All right, so with the time on ice leaders, we got Bobby Brownstone sitting at number one, and then Fulton Reed at number two, and then Cole Ramschek at number three. Lots of defensemen on the list, of course, all of which are up and over, or two of them, Reed and Brownstone, over 1,100 minutes on ice, and then Ramchuk with 1,087, and then shots on goals leader. We got Melanu with 154, Voodoo at 146, and Adam Banks with 143. And then we got the power play goal leaders with Henderson with 10, Voodoo at 9, and then Chester Chess with 8. So lots of power play goals going in this year by those three. And then the shorthanded goal leaders, we got Arespi Romero with 3, Bunka Murray with 2, and then Isaiah Polymers with 2, and then Victor Davis also with 2. So a couple good power play or penalty kill players right there.
Yes, and we would like to acknowledge that there are multiple people that own the 8 power play goals other than just Chester Chess. But, shout out to all the players on these lists. Let's turn our attention. We got hits, Jace Taylor popping in with 165. Then we've got Bernard Gustafson and Dante Moon, each with 150 a pair. Penalty minute leaders, Jerry Jackson, 50 minutes this season. Keep it coming. Let's see some more. Then we got Shady Meeks with a little bit under, and D Hardy. Then when it comes to puck possession time leaders, Adam Banks with 72. Those got to be hours, right? Hours and then minutes, or potentially all minutes together. Who knows? But Reza Locke, Chris Lee, and then plus minus best. Frank Castle with the 34, Doug Britton with a 33, Tater Slice with a 28.
All right, so we got our save leaders now. We got Chris McBride sitting at number one with 1273. And then we got Joey Duncan sitting at number two with 1113 saves, the rookie goaltender in North Bay. And then James Bice with Honolulu with 1053 saves. So lots of saves under that category from those three. And then we look over at the save percentage leaders. We got Jarrad Brody for Jacksonville at a 909, and then Jan Lasik with Turku with a 907, and then we got Chai Biam Lossinger with Boston with a 906. So lots of impressive numbers in the save percentage category. And then we go turn over to our shutout leaders. We got Brody with Jacksonville on top is again with 10 shutouts. And we got Mason Stonewall sitting with 9 just behind him. And then we got Lossinger and Boston with 6. So a little bit of a gap between Stonewall and Lossinger, but still lots of great numbers by those three. And then we head on over to our goals against average leaders with Brody again and with Jacksonville at the top with a 1.84, so a little over under 2. So amazing year by Brody, looking to take home a title. And then we also got Stonewall sitting at second with Las Vegas with a 202. And then tied with him is Lossinger in Boston with a 202.
And shout out to Galupe. Bacha Galupe. Bacha Galupi. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Shout out back to Bragg, one of our subscribers and always active in the comments. So big goalies on that list right there and mentioned previously. So, and now for our rookies, we've got Javad Storm with 15 goals, followed by RJ Corker with 13 and Timothy Alexander with 10. Our assist leader is Billy Hawk with 16 a pair, tied with Javad Storm, who has 16 as well, and Chris Leone with 15. When it comes to points, we have Javad Storm with 31, Billy Hawk with 24, and Tom Adamo Jr. with 23. When it went down this league in terms of transactions, we saw the trade of Henry to the Tennessee Black Bears, Miami receiving Daniel Akers and a Las Vegas first. We can move past that trade and talk about what went down. Zurich releasing Danny Valentine, Wolves releasing Ray Steele, Wolves call up Bell Cronell, Zurich Hawks sign Ryan Davis. Shout out Ryan Davis. Lions signing Carlton Rhodes, Hawks signing Danny Valentine, and Pod signing Ricky Phillips. No magic on that list, but we did see some magic over here in the release in Ethan McWells. The Reapers releasing Alex Cage. He'll remain on the Reapers until the end of the season due to the league waiver rule. Then we had a signing of Adam Gallagher and Dylan Wheatley. To the Magic and Beast, respectively. Finally, the Sabretooth signed Ryan Corey Schultz to Prague. And, Supreme? Oh, we still got him on there. That was a fun episode, man. Hope to have the other guys on in the future. Hope to get some of that, great production that we saw earlier through Pinkman. But fun episode, man. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, man. Like you're just saying there, once the boys get back, I know Pinkman's in the middle of a move right now, so he's a bit occupied. Yodi, he's also busy tonight. A couple busy boys, young fellas. But yeah, I think things are going to start turning around from here on out. And but yeah, if you guys haven't known already, we're on Spotify now. We'll have that down in the link below. You guys go check that out. Give us a rating. Don't forget to comment and like the video. 60% of the viewers are not subscribed right now. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button, that'd be unreal. But anyway, this was episode 51 of Rinkside, and we'll see you guys later.